prayer in public school. I'm going to tell you today why it should be allowed. This is the controversy of the century. Prayer in public school is our First Amendment right. Congress ruled in 1962 that praying before school violated people's First Amendment rights. More than 50 years after this ruling, it is still a huge controversy on prayer in public school. Today I'm going to tell you why you should be allowed to pray in school. Not only is it our First Amendment right, but 3 simple rules that you have to follow in order to be allowed to pray in school. Religion being taught in school. Is it right? Is it wrong? What's the difference? And then faculty and staff being able to participate in prayer at school. Because as of right now, they're not allowed to. What's up with that? Violating their First Amendment rights. I have a feeling that over the course of our time, it's going to still be controversial, and I think that we're going to see a lot of changes in the upcoming years. The First Amendment states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, on prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Let's keep that in mind as we keep going. The 3 rules that you have to follow in order to pray in schools that must be done silently. You can't disrupt others, and you can't peer pressure others into praying. Simple enough, right? If you want to say a prayer before you eat, say a prayer. If you want to say a prayer before school, say a prayer. You can pray all day long in school. You can do whatever you want. You can talk to other kids about religion. As long as you don't pressure them into doing anything, following these 3 simple rules, hey, that's easy. The problem is kids disrupting class, things going on where they're trying to take more prayer out of school. Let's take, for example, the Muslim prayer times. They pray 5 times daily, 2 before school, 1 after school, but 2 fall during school. Now, if you look, why do these fall in the lunch break when kids are on their lunch break? That's perfectly fine. The problem is the one that occurs between 3 o'clock and 3:16. Most schools don't end until about 3:20. This right here is what they're talking about when they say this is disrupting others. If you walk out of class to go pray or to go do something like that, you're disrupting others. This is why people are constantly fighting to take prayer out of school, because we can't follow these 3 rules. If we follow these 3 rules, I don't see why anybody should have a problem with anybody praying whenever they want to at school, as long as they're not disrupting others and they're doing it to themselves. Come on, why are we not allowed to pray in school? Religion being taught in school. This is a huge controversy right now. You've got schools all across the nation that are teaching different types of religion. The problem is that religion shouldn't be able to be taught in school. The law clearly states that religion is to be taught by your parents and by your parents only. There are a couple of exceptions to this, obviously. Without the basic understanding of Christianity, students would have a difficult time understanding the Renaissance period. Okay, so let's stick to the basics. Stick to the basics of the facts of what you need to know in order for you to learn that lesson and then move on. Religion has no place to be taught in school, but you should be able to pray. You should be able to pray whenever you want to. But teaching religion, that's left up to the parents. Why are we going to say, well, you can't pray in school, but we're going to teach your kids about religion? That doesn't make any sense at all. How are you going to say this is okay, but this isn't okay? No sense. Let kids pray. Teach religion to the extent of this is what you need to know in order to understand this. The last thing we're going to touch on is teachers and faculty. The law states right now that teachers and faculty members cannot participate in any kind of school prayer, whether it be prayer at the pole, before school, athletes, wanting to pray before a game. Teachers and faculty, they're saying aren't allowed to participate in that. That's violating their First Amendment rights. They should be allowed to pray whenever they want to. Violating their rights, how many rights are you going to take away? So So being able to pray in school, like teachers and faculty should have the same thing as students. Because if students can pray in school, why can't teachers and faculty pray in school? Makes no sense. They say separation of church and state. They say this all day long. When you walk into a courtroom and you go sit on that witness stand, what are you doing? You're placing your hand on a Bible and swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. How come nobody has a problem with that? Why is nobody saying, hey, why are we doing this? Why do we have to do that? I mean, why is nobody contesting that? Why are they so focused on having prayer taken out of school that they're not even seeing the other picture where you go to court and you're swearing on a Bible? What are we really afraid of? What are we really upset about? Why are we only focused on one thing and not another? We need to fight for our rights to keep them before they're all stripped away from us, because that's what it's coming to. We need to stop worrying about safe spaces and hurting people's feelings and making people upset. We need to start fighting for our rights and what is right. Public prayer should be left in public school. If you want to pray in school, pray in school. If you want to pray before a game, pray before a game. Anybody, doesn't matter who it is. Take that moment of silence. Do whatever you want to with it. Pray if you want to pray. You can do whatever you want. But our First Amendment right says that we have the right to pray in school. The school cannot officiate it, but you can pray in school. And we need to start fighting for these rights. Thank you.